Class 10th Polynomials Case Study Based Questions. See the first one. The below picture are few natural examples of parabolic shape, which is represented by a quadratic polynomial. A parabolic arch is an arch in the shape of a parabola. In structures, their curve represents an efficient method of load, and so can be found in bridges and in architecture in a variety of forms. Just observe these pictures. Here, if you see these curves are there, right? Even these shapes are called as parabola. This one, even this one. Here also, if you observe this one, and here also you see this one, it will go like this, correct? Or this way. So these are the parabolic shapes. Look at the first question. In the standard form of a quadratic polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c, a, b and c are. So whenever the quadratic polynomial is there, always remember a, b, c are the coefficients and they are real numbers. One more thing, a should not be equal to 0. If it becomes 0, this term will become 0 and it will no more a quadratic equation. It means that option C is the correct one. See, A is a non-zero real number and B and C are any real numbers. Correct? Option A, what they have given? All are real numbers. Yeah, that is true. But they have not said A is not equal to 0. Correct? So option C is the correct option. If the root of a quadratic polynomial are equal, where the discriminant D which is equal to B square minus 4AC, then now whenever the roots are equal, discriminant is always equal to 0. So option D is the correct one. Come to the third question. They said if alpha and 1 by alpha are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial 2x square minus x plus 8k, then the value of k is. See here, they said two roots they have already given. So I'll write down product of two roots. So one root into the second root. So product which is equal to what? C by A. C means what? Constant and A means coefficient of x square. It means that 8k divided by 2. So alpha and alpha got cancelled here. 2 1s are and 2 4s are. Right? It means that here 1 which is equal to 4k. So therefore value of k is 1 by 4 because 4 is multiplying here. It will go that side to divide. So k is 1 by 4. That means option B is the correct one. The graph of x square plus 1 which is equal to 0. So how the graph will look? Let us see now. Now here to draw the graph we need to write down y which is equal to x square plus 1. Now for this we should have the table. Okay. Now look at the table here. I will just draw the table. Now this is x, this is y. If I take x equal to 0 here, what happens here? This will become 0. So y which is equal to 1. So here I'll write down value of y is 1. If I take x equal to 1, so 1 square is 1. Here at this place, 1 plus 1 is 2. If I take x equal to minus 1, so minus 1 square is 1. So once again, 1 plus 1 is 2. Correct? Now I got three values or three sets of x and y. I will just draw the graph. Look at this one here. Now this is x-axis. This one is y-axis. This is 0 here, 1 here, here minus 1, then here plus 1, this is 2. Okay. So 0, 1 point will be at this position. Now 1, 2 point will be at this position and minus 1, 2 the point will be at this position. Correct? If I will draw the graph will look like this. Now you see, is it touching x-axis anywhere? No, it is not touching anywhere. That means neither touches nor intersects x-axis. Correct? So option C is the correct one. Come to the next one now. Fifth one, they said if the sum of the roots is minus p and the product is minus 1 by p. That means alpha plus beta is given minus p and alpha into beta is given minus 1 by p. So the format of the polynomial is k times x square minus alpha plus beta into x and here plus alpha beta. This is the standard format of a quadratic polynomial. So k as it is, x square minus sum of the roots is given minus p. So at this place I will write down minus p into x plus and the product is given minus 1 by p. Okay. So this one. Now I will just write in a proper format, which is equal to k in the bracket x square minus plus px minus 1 by p. Just check which option is the correct one now. So option C is the correct one. Okay, k x square plus px minus 1 by p. So option C is the right one. Come to the second question. An asana is a body posture, originally and still a general term for a sitting meditation pose, and later extended in Hatha Yoga and modern yoga as exercise to any type of pose or position, adding reclining, standing, inverted, twisting, and balancing poses. In the figure, one can observe that poses can be related to representation of quadratic polynomial, right? So if you see here, the pose is here. This is the parabolic shape. Here also, correct? Here also if you see this way, the shape of the poses shown is definitely the parabola. The graph of the parabola opens downward. Now, if the parabola is opening downward, always remember coefficient of x square, which is a, is always less than 0. Okay, so our answer will become C. So option C is the correct one. Now look at the graph here. Okay, in the graph, how many zeros are there for the polynomial? Whenever graph is intersecting to the x-axis, just check at how many points. At 2 points. So this graph or this polynomial has 2 zeros. The 2 zeros in the above shown graph are, so which are those 2 zeros? One is minus 2, another is 4. These are the values of x and that is nothing but the roots. So here minus 2 comma 4. So option B is the correct one. Come to the next question now. Now they said the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, they have given us the polynomial. Okay, so we need to split the middle term and then we'll get the zeros. So instead of doing that way, another simple way is there. Just try to understand what is that. So directly we'll get the answers. Okay, so this one and this one if you multiply. So here product is 4 2s are 8 and root 3 and root 3 is 3. So 8 3s are 24, but along with the negative sign. See, negative sign is there. So product is minus 24 and sum. I'm just writing the sum here at this place. So sum is 5. Coefficient of x means that is the sum. So which is 5 here. So 8 3s are. But 8 minus 3 if I do, I get 5. And 8 into minus 3 I do, I get minus 24. So these two numbers are the perfect one. Okay. So here I'll write down directly alpha which is equal to and beta which is equal to. So this 8 is there. I'll write down 8 divided by coefficient of x square. So 4 root 3 and here minus 3 and once again coefficient of x square 4 root 3. So after writing this one, I will just change the sign. I'll make it negative. I'll make it positive and done. These are the roots of the given polynomial. And later if we are able to reduce them, reduce. 4 1s are 4 2s are. So alpha which is equal to minus 2 by root 3. And value of 3 means root 3 into root 3. So I can write down beta which is equal to root 3 into root 3 divided by 4 root 3. So this root 3 and root 3 got cancelled. Now further we cannot reduce them. Now see which option is matching with this? Minus 2 by root 3 and root 3 by 4. See, option D is the correct one. Right? Minus 2 by root 3 and root 3 by 4. Okay. Option D is here, right? And here option B is also looking same. Correct? So that means in option B, I forgot to give the negative sign here. So option B is not the right one. So option D is the correct one. Okay. Come to the next question now. Basketball and soccer are played with a spherical ball. Even though an athlete dribbles the ball in both the sports, a basketball player uses his hands and a soccer player uses his feet. Usually, soccer is played outdoor on a large field and basketball is played indoor on a court made out of wood. The projectile, that means path traced, okay, of soccer ball and basketball are in the form of parabola representing quadratic polynomial. Yeah, easily you can make out. See now, here, this is parabola, this is also parabola, okay. The shape of the path traced shown is, definitely the answer is parabola. The graph of parabola opens upward. That means if parabola is opening in an upward direction, so always our a will be greater than 0. A means coefficient of x square. Okay. So here option C is the correct one. Come to the next question. Now just observe the graph. And they are saying in the graph how many zeros are there for the polynomial. This graph is intersecting x-axis at this position, and at this position. That means this graph has 3 zeros. Okay. Now they are saying the 3 zeros in the shown graph are. So which are those 3 zeros? This one is minus 1, this is minus 3, and this is plus 2. So minus 3, minus 1, plus 2, option C is the correct one. Now what will be the expression of the polynomial? As it has 3 zeros, that means it is a cubic polynomial. Correct. So I'll write down here our alpha. See here, alpha is minus 3, then beta which is equal to minus 1, and gamma which is equal to 2. So 3 zeros are there. Whenever a cubic polynomial is there, the way of writing the cubic polynomial is p of x. I will just write down here x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma alpha into x minus alpha beta gamma. Okay. Now you see here, if I do alpha plus beta plus gamma, so let me write here alpha plus beta plus gamma. Just see, minus 3, minus 1 plus 2 which is equal to minus 2. I'll get this answer. If I write down alpha beta, beta gamma, and gamma alpha. So alpha into beta, the product comes as minus 3 into minus 1 is 3. Beta into gamma, beta minus 1 into 2 is minus 2. And alpha into gamma. So here minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. So answer comes as minus 5. So this is minus 5. And alpha into beta into gamma, directly the product of minus 3, minus 1 and 2, it comes as plus 6. I just need to substitute these values in the given format. Okay. So if I substitute here, I get p of x which is equal to x cube minus sum is what? Minus 2. So minus minus will become plus 2x square. Now here plus this one into x. So this is what? Minus 5. So what I will write down here? Directly minus 5x and the product minus 6. Okay. This sign I will not change. It is negative. So here it is also negative. And this value is 6. So let us see which option is matching with this. Here x cube plus 2x square minus 5x minus 6. If you see, option A is matching with this one. Correct? See it properly. This one. Option A is the correct one. Come to the next question. While playing in the garden, Sahiba saw a honeycomb and asked her mother, "What is that?" She replied that it is a honeycomb made by honeybees to store honey. Also, she told her that the shape of honeycomb formed is parabolic. The mathematical representation of the honeycomb structure is shown in the graph. Based on the above information, answer the following questions. First question, always same. Graph of a quadratic polynomial is in parabolic shape, right? This one, if you see. The expression of the polynomial represented by the graph is, if you observe here, graph you observe properly. I'll just show you this one. Okay. So the value of x here, this one, and this one. Here minus 6 and here plus 6. That means one root is minus 6, another root is 6. Or you can say 1 0 is 6 and another 0 is minus 6. Okay. So here I will just write down 1 0 here. So I will write alpha, which is equal to minus 6, and beta, which is equal to plus 6. And the format of a quadratic polynomial is p of x, which is equal to x square minus alpha plus beta x and plus alpha beta is nothing but what? X square. So here alpha plus beta. So minus 6 plus 6. It will become 0. So this one will become 0. 0 into x is 0. So this whole term will become 0. So it doesn't have any value. So I'm not going to write down that. Plus 6 into, alpha into beta. It means that what? Minus 6 into 6. It will become minus 36. So this one is our quadratic polynomial. Okay. So see, option C is the correct one. Find the value of the polynomial represented by the graph when x is equal to 6. Now our polynomial is what? X square minus 36. Now they said value of x is 6. So what is the value? Now here x square, that means 6 square minus 36. Answer comes as 36 minus 36 is 0. So value will become 0. Okay. So option C is the correct one. The sum of the zeros of this polynomial is, now they have given us this polynomial. So sum is what? Alpha plus beta. What is the formula? Minus b by a. Minus value of b is what? That means coefficient of x, which is 2. And a is what? 1. So final answer is what? Minus 2. So option A is the correct one. Come to the next question now. If the sum of the zeros of the polynomial a t square plus 5t plus 3a is equal to their product, that means they are saying alpha plus beta, which is equal to alpha into beta. We know the formula, minus b by a, which is equal to c by a. Okay. And they asked us to find out the value of a. Okay. So here at this place, according to this one, whatever we have written here, this denominator easily we can cancel. So minus b. What is the value of this one? Oh, chalo. Minus b means what? Value of b is 5. So this is 5. And c is what? 3a. So I have written 3a in place of c. So a, which is equal to this minus 5 divided by 3. Just check. Value of a is minus 5 by 3. Which option is the correct one? So option D is the correct one. Okay. Come to the fifth question. During the skipping, through skipping rope, the shape of the rope looks like the parabola. It is a natural example of parabolic shape, which is represented by a quadratic polynomial. Similarly, we can observe in many other cases, forming a variety of forms of different parabolas. Easily you can make out this one is a parabola, this is also a parabola. Okay. In the standard form of a quadratic polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c, the condition between a, b and c are. Now very simple. Now as it is a quadratic polynomial, a, b, c are the coefficients and they are real numbers. But a should not be equal to 0. What I said, if a will become 0, it will no more a quadratic equation. See, so option C you observe, a is a non-zero real number. Okay, that means a is not equal to 0, but a is a real number. And b and c are any real numbers. So option C is the correct one. Come to the second question. Now here, if alpha and minus alpha are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, now then find the value of x. Okay, then find the value of x. They are saying it's supposed to be find the value of k, not x. Q. So if I write down sum of the zeros, so one is alpha, another is minus alpha, which is equal to formula is what? Minus b by a. So this alpha and minus alpha became 0. Minus value of b is what? If you observe here, this is coefficient of x. So that is the value of b. Minus 3 in the bracket k minus 4. Right? Divided by a is what? 2. Coefficient of x square. This is 2. Now you see this 2 will come here to multiply 0. It will become 0. Correct? So this is 0. This minus minus, this minus and this minus became plus. So 3 in the bracket k minus 4. Now 3 is multiplying here. It will come down to divide. It will also become 0 only. So our answer will become 0, which is equal to k minus 4. Therefore, the value of k becomes 4. So value of k we got 4. Option A is the correct one. Okay. Come to the third question. If the roots of the quadratic polynomial are unequal, they are saying unequal, where the discriminant d which is equal to b square minus 4ac, then now you remember, if I write down here d is greater than 0, so we have two distinct real roots. If d which is equal to 0, we have two real equal roots. If d is less than 0, we are having two, that means we can say no roots. Okay, no real roots, or we can say imaginary roots, that we can say. Fine. So only three conditions we have. So here out of that, they are saying roots are unequal. That means two distinct roots. So this option is the correct one. This option is not there. They are equal also and they are greater also. Both the positions they have, conditions they have given. So this is not the correct one. So first option is the right. Now come to the next one here. Now here I will just clear this one first. Fine. The graph of x square minus 1 which is equal to 0. Now they are asking us the graph. So I'll write down here y which is equal to x square minus 1 and then we'll make the table here. See x and y. Take value of x as 0. So y will become minus 1. X as 1. So y will become 0. X as minus 1. Still value of y will become 0. And then we will draw the graph. See this one. This is x-axis. This is y-axis here. Okay. This one is minus 1. This is plus 1. This one is minus 1. Okay. Now just check here. X is 0. Y is minus 1. So the first point is here because this is 0. Second is x is 1. Y is 0. So this point is here. X is -1 and y is 0. This point is here. If I draw the graph, it looks like this. The graph is intersecting x-axis at 2 points, right? So which option is the correct one? Intersects x-axis at 2 points. Option A is the correct one. Fine. So here they have given you either touches or intersects x-axis at 1 point. So option D will not be the correct one. So option A is the right one. Come to the fifth question. They said if the sum of the roots is p, that means alpha plus beta is p, and product of roots is minus p. So alpha into beta is minus p. Then the quadratic polynomial is. So the format of the quadratic polynomial is k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. This is the format. So k in the bracket x square, this negative sign, alpha plus beta. Root sum is given as p. So p x, and product is given as minus p. So this is minus p. Just check which option is matching with this one. So k x square, this is negative here. This is also negative here. So option C is the correct one. Come to the next question. Observe the position of the athlete taking long jump. He used to follow every time a particular shape of path. In the figure, a student can observe that the different positions can be related to representation of quadratic polynomial. Right? See here. This one, the parabolic path. So look at the first question. The path of different positions form a parabola. If the above case is represented by a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, then now this parabola is opening downward. That means our value of a is negative. So it means that a is less than 0. So which option is supposed to be the correct one? Option C is supposed to be the correct one. Come to the next one. If the sum of the zeros of quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is equal to the product of zeros, then which option is the correct one? They are saying sum. That means alpha plus beta, which is equal to alpha beta. Now alpha plus beta, what is the formula? Minus b by a, which is equal to what is that? C by a. A and a got cancelled. Now here, as a and a got cancelled, I can easily write down this minus b will go that side. It will become plus. So b plus c. So nothing is there, which is equal to 0. Okay. So our option A is the correct one. In the given graph, how many zeros are there for the polynomial? Now look at this polynomial here. Actually, here this is 1, 0. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is the fourth one. Now this polynomial graph is intersecting x-axis at 4 positions. Therefore, it has 4 zeros. Okay, so option D is the correct one. The 4 zeros in the above shown graph are, now easily you can say -4, -2, 1 and 3. -4, -2, 1 and 3. So option A is the correct one. Right? I hope all of you understood these sums.